Tell me how you met Andre and Big Boy. How did y'all meet those guys?
We were Rico worked at a beauty supply store in the middle of East Point, and this girl that worked there with him used to beg him to death to see these two guys, Big and Drake. Like, you really got to meet them. They're really talented. They were in school, and you know, she kept asking Reed for about 2 weeks straight. And Reed was just like, all right, tell them to come on. Because from what we heard, they heard a tape that KP left on somebody else, and they heard it. They were like, who is that? And they organized. So they came look. They wanted to meet us. So they came up to to Rico's job, which was a trip because their style already was different. Like they came up there with bald heads when bald heads wasn't a thing. And I'm looking at them like, okay. And then when they started rapping, they rapped like 30 minutes apiece. I was like, damn, they rapping long here. Jesus Christ, they ain't stopping nothing. Shit, man. Give me a break, bruh. They kept rapping. But I'm gonna say this, Rico was the one that really was like, oh yeah, oh my God, like just he saw it. He just saw the whole thing, you know what I mean? So we followed, and then we all fell in love with them, and you know, they came over to the dungeon, and we just stayed there, man. We just started working. We all knew that we were going to make it, we just didn't know when. Because the energy and everything was just so strong, and I knew we had so much talent in the family. It's like, something gonna jump, you know what I mean? But we just didn't know when, and we had to fight for it, so I really miss and appreciate those days.
What was it about Players Ball that made y'all choose that to be the record that basically represented the New Atlanta?
Like I said, we listened to...
That was very interesting, seeing that video and seeing how we was looking at it like, damn, them niggas fresh. Like, they got polo on and shit. Like, we didn't know what was going on down here and shit.
Right. I mean, it was just, you know, like I said, when we were getting ready to really work on Outkast, basically listening to everything that was around us and making a decision that, okay, this is South shit, and basically it has to be funky. Like, we started getting more into the funk era of music, because we had a group that we produced before Outkast called PA. Mm-hmm. And that was more, the beats that we were doing like that was more up north, you know what I'm saying? Just rugged and raw and different. But with this album, we knew we had to go and get funky, because like I said, we heard Chronic, we heard all this stuff, and we just like, man, like, they killing this, you know what I mean? They bringing music back, so we wanted to bring that back. We wanted to, you know what I'm saying, put the stake down and be like, this is Georgia, bitch, look where we at, you know what I'm saying? So Players Ball was that thing, and the funny thing is, the beat was actually for, Left Eye had a group, Je ne sais quoi. I think that was the rap group Je ne sais quoi, and it was a record for them. But when Rico heard it, Rico said, man, fuck that. Let's go to Outkast. We got to do a Christmas record. You know, Players Ball was a Christmas record.
Ain't no chimney in the ghetto, so I won't be hanging my socks on no chimney.
At first, the record was going to be called Socks and Drawers.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So why did they make it? Aside from that line when he was talking about the chimney, I didn't get the Christmas part.
Well, on the hook, at the end, I used to say, because the player, goddamn, I ended with Christmas Day, but LA was like, fuck that, we gonna go ahead and put this out. So I changed it to All Day and Day.
Okay.
On Christmas Day, it's all day and day, you know what I mean?
All right.
So that was the only part where you got a little more, you know, you hear it's Christmas. They were saying little shit in the verses about Christmas, but it was really a fucking Christmas record. We were put on the spot by LA. All right, we got one more slide. We need a Christmas record from y'all. We like, a Christmas record? Because first of all, we the only and first rap crew, well, it was other ones there before us, but that basically a rap crew that signs on with a big major R&B label. Nothing but R&B hits. And here we come, you know what I'm saying? So when he said Christmas record to us, we were like, man, is LA trying to do it?
Trying to ruin us.
Trying to ruin us already, you know what I mean? So But we knew it was a test, so we knew we had to make it funky and make it fun. You know.
Did you have a hand in producing the record that they did with Raekwon?
Skew It. Ray did that beat.
Raekwon did that beat?
No. Ray Murray, Organized Noise. We did the beat.
Okay.
Ray did that beat. But like I said, Raekwon was the one that always was really super cool with us, man. He was always been cool with us, always showed us love. So, you know, they wanted him on their record.
That record did so much for them. It was a record store. I'm from Pennsylvania. It was a record store in my neighborhood owned by people from Atlanta. So they had records from down here. People who were stars in Atlanta that, you know, wasn't really hip to. So, you know, we were starting to listen to Outkast, and I used to be telling, you know, people around me, like, this shit hot, you gotta listen to this shit. And they did everything right to support my claim, everything that they wore, their videos, the record on New Jersey Drive, like, it was just like a progression, like,
it was.
Boom, it was like punches.
Yeah.
And then the record with Raekwon, it was like, I told you so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the record to say, you know what I'm saying, who said we can't do like hip hop? Who said we can't do this? You know what I mean? Outkast has always been a group that could just, I've always said this, man, Outkast has done every genre of music in hip hop.
I agree with that.
They did country first with Rosa Parks. That's a country record. That's a whole damn fucking country record. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Then they did Bombs of a Baghdad, which was really some rock shit.
Rock, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they touched on everything. They were never scared to do everything, and that's what made them so special. And when Dre started doing the whole, you know, outfits and want to look like what the music sounded like, I started, you know, like seeing Parliament. I was like, okay, we on some really like new Parliament shit over here. So I always thought of it that way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he was such a, man, his mind was just so open and just ready to do different shit, man. Like, each album represented what kind of like phase he was in to me. Like, Stank On It was a Jimi Hendrix phase. And, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta say, I'm very happy to been a part of the group that everybody thinks in the world that is just amazing. It is incredible to me.
So whose idea was it to put CeeLo on an Outkast record?
Really, bro, when we did that first album, we just had the door open, you know what I mean? So it kind of happened that way. Like, Ray would be in the studio and everybody would be in the booth. I might see Witch Doctor in there. And, you know, it's my first time meeting Witch Doctor, or even seeing CeeLo, whatever it is. And if they verse was right, it stayed.
Yeah. That's kind of what RZA was doing. He'll let 9 niggas record.
Yeah, if you right, you stay. Right. And that's what it was. They showed out, man. Here, I've always said that Southern Playalistic was basically a compilation album. It really wasn't just an Outkast album. It was a Dungeon Family album because each song, you get introduced to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, 80 Aliens was Outkast's really first album to me. You know what I mean? That was their style, that was their thought, their look, how they wanted to do it. Coming, you know, the whole space and time and aliens and all that. You know what I mean? It made sense. But that first album, truthfully, was just everybody vibing, man. And we just giving brothers chances to go in there and see what they got.
Which one of the projects, which one of the albums was your favorite? Which one was the dopest to you?
Of Outkast?
Yeah. I like Southern Playalistic, but then when Aquemini came out, I'm like, damn, this shit's some other shit right here.
Aquemini is definitely the top one because that's the coming out album. That's the album when they just knew what they had, they knew what they wanted, and they're gonna kick it in your motherfucking mouth. That's that album. My favorite though, Stank On It.
Why?
Because it was so. It's like I saw Dre, man. I saw it, bro. It's like I looked at him and I saw Jimi Hendrix. When I started hearing the music he was doing, I was like, bro, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm telling you, it was funny. Like, Dre didn't like So Fresh So Clean. He didn't like that record at first. He did not want to get on it. He didn't really feel it. And I understood because he was on a whole other thing. He doing Bombs, doing Miss Jackson, you doing all these different sound of shit. And here we come with this soul ass pimp cool record.
Yeah.
So he wasn't feeling it at first. And then once we did it and Big got on it, he was like, oh, okay. He got it. But that album, bro, it was like watching George Clinton and Jimi Hendrix and Prince all balled up in one, you know what I mean? There's that kind of thing.
It seemed like a lot of hit records be like that. A person might have had a problem with it.
Yeah, that's how I go.
Somebody might have felt some type of way about something, and then boom.
Yeah.
Damn, that one went.
Yeah, that's the record. Like, wow. Like, but I got it because I saw exactly where he was going. Like, when I heard Stank Love and all them records, I was like, ooh, man, this nigga here is on some dark rock, funky shit. Like, it's sick.
One of the last questions I'm gonna ask you, since you're an R&B crooner, is that what you would go by? Are you a producer that you just get busy? I didn't want to, when you came here, I didn't know if I should have called you an R&B singer, but I'm like, you've been in hip hop the whole time, so how can I call him an R&B singer?
A lot of people, it's funny, I get called a hip hop artist or I get called an R&B artist. I mean, to me, you know, my first love, truthfully, is funk. So if you're gonna call me something, call me funky.
Okay.
Right. Funk artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, you know, I mean, it's always been that way. I always want to do, you know, everything, man. So, you know, it's whatever. It could be producer, it could be R&B artist, it could be hip hop artist. I don't give a fuck.
Did you catch the Rick James documentary?
I loved it.
I loved it too.
Oh my God.
As soon as you said funk, I went straight to that.
Bro, I've seen it like 3-4 times. I love that Rick James. Man, that shit's so hard. That boy Rick was something else. Straight up.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Speaking of funk, right?
Speaking of funk, bro, like that brother came in and took punk rock and mixed it with funk and made his own thing. If you listen to Can't Touch This, excuse me, Super Freak.
Yeah.
10 minutes said Can't Touch This.
Right.
Super Freak. And listen to the chords he playing, that's some straight punk shit. Like that's not like, you know, your regular R&B record, bro.
Right.
They had rock guitars on his record, bro. But anyway, Rick was something else.
Genius,
bro.
I believe I'm sitting in front of a genius right now.
Oh,
I appreciate
man.
you coming to my platform. This was legendary. I've been actually a Sleepy Brown fan for a long time.
Thank you,
When I first seen you and shit, I'm like, you're this cool, motherfucker. You were so cool. Motherfucker couldn't tell your age. Motherfucker couldn't tell your age, man. Like, you couldn't.
Yeah.
A person could look at you perform, and you got an idea of maybe how Outkast and them is and shit, and you like, you just couldn't tell your age, man.
Right.
The time was swinging shit.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciat it. Could you hit a note on my platform before we get out of here?
Man,
You still got
anything? I can't go right now. That ain't about to come out.
I appreciate you, man.
Right,
Let me get
bro.
a drop for Gully TV and I'm good.
Yo, this is Sleepy Brown, man. You are watching Gully TV. You know what it is. Let's go.
My man.